Something's wrong. My right eye can't seem to focus.
This is a very eerie town. Not only is it filled with spiral patterns everywhere, but even the people themselves seem to be affected. Some are even willing to twist their own bodies just to become spirals. A girl named Kiri was out shopping with her boyfriend Shuichi when he suddenly suggested that they leave this town. He had noticed the town's strange and unsettling nature, rivers forming spirals, the wind swirling in spirals, and now even his own father seemed to be under its influence. Shuichi's father had become obsessed with anything that bore a spiral shape, to the point that even his eyes seemed to be spinning.
Start spinning around and around, independently of each other.
The noisy lamplight, the gloomy sea, and the ominous lighthouse all seemed to be gnawing away at his sanity. When Kiri returned home, she was surprised to find Shuichi's father there, requesting her own father to create a spiral-shaped ceramic piece. Seeing the fanaticism in his eyes, Kiri's father hesitated but agreed. The next day, Kiri went to school and boasted about her boyfriend to her best friend, a girl with short hair. However, she soon noticed a crescent-shaped scar on her friend's forehead. After school, she took her friend to meet Shuichi. The moment Shuichi saw her, he immediately sensed that something was wrong and quickly dragged Kiri away, telling her that he could feel the spirals consuming the girl. Later, Kiri's father asked her to deliver the finished ceramic piece to Shuichi's father, but upon arrival, she was shocked to hear that he no longer needed it, because he had already learned how to create spirals himself. Meanwhile, the short-haired girl confronted Shuichi, demanding to know why he was the only boy who didn't admire her like the others. When she lifted her bangs, the crescent-shaped scar had already turned into a full spiral. Shuichi, convinced that the town was responsible, urged her to leave. However, she had already lost herself to the spiral's curse, and Shuichi had no choice but to run away. A few days later, Shuichi's father died and was taken to the crematorium. But Shuichi told Kiri that his father actually committed suicide. Shuichi had planned to take him to the hospital, but his father had vanished. He finally found him inside a wooden barrel, his body twisted and broken in every possible way, forming a spiral. Suddenly, a strange sound filled the air, and when everyone looked up, they saw the crematorium's smoke twisting into a massive spiral in the sky. Shuichi's mother screamed for him to stop. And as the black smoke took the shape of Shuichi's father's face, she became even more hysterical. She was taken to the hospital, where she continued to suffer. Even the sight of a nurse's curly hair sent her into a panic. Meanwhile, another boy, infatuated with the short-haired girl, declared that he was willing to do anything to be with her. Back at school, Kiri witnessed her classmates bullying a chubby boy, only to discover that he too had a spiral on his back. Later, when Kiri visited Shuichi's mother, she found that the woman had shaved her head completely, unable to bear the sight of spirals anymore. She had even scraped off her own fingerprints. That night, Kiri ran into the short-haired girl again. Just as she was about to express concern, the girl removed her hat, revealing something horrifying. Elsewhere, the obsessed boy had lured Shuichi out, but when he finally confessed his love, the short-haired girl simply laughed and said she only wanted to see Shuichi. Enraged, the boy ripped off her hat, exposing the spiral on her forehead. Kiri, passing by, witnessed the horrifying scene. The next day in class, a bloated and grotesque version of the chubby boy appeared. His back had grown even larger, filled with spirals, making everyone around him sick. Meanwhile, in an abandoned house, a young couple rested together. Suddenly, a strange noise filled the air, and they were met with the sight of two snakes twisting together in an eerie, spiraling motion. The boy explained that they weren't fighting, they were mating. After the short-haired girl was consumed by the spiral, rumors of her disappearance spread through town. Though Kiri knew the truth, she kept silent when questioned by the police. At the same time, people in town grew more anxious after witnessing what had happened following Shuichi's father's cremation. One day, as Kiri was walking home, she encountered a former classmate who confessed his love for her. Uncomfortable with his persistence, she warned him to stay away. On her way back, she also saw the young couple from earlier. The girl's father had found them and forcibly separated them, beating the boy before dragging his daughter away. Kiri rushed to check on the boy, only to realize he was her old classmate. He revealed that they both lived in the town's most rundown houses and had planned to escape together in 2 days. But the town's curse was spreading. The next day, Kiri found that her long, straight hair had suddenly turned curly. Even when she tied it back, it moved as if it had a will of its own, trying to break free. As she fretted over this, something truly horrifying unfolded outside the classroom window, captivating the entire class in sheer terror. Kiri took the opportunity to escape and went straight to the barber shop, intending to cut off her curly hair. However, just as the barber began cutting, her hair suddenly came to life. With no other choice, Kiri returned home, but her hair wrapped around her neck, strangling her. But as her family stared at the spiral-shaped curls, their eyes also turned into spirals. When Kiri went back to school, the strange sight quickly caught the teacher's attention. However, as soon as the other students saw the spirals, their eyes also transformed. A long-haired girl in the class became jealous, upset that all the attention had shifted to Kiri. Meanwhile, since the chubby boy hadn't gone home for several days, his parents came to the school looking for him. Upon seeing the snail-like creature before them, his father refused to believe that it was his son and left in disbelief. Later that day, as Shuichi saw Kiri's spiraling hair, he ran away without looking back. Left alone, Kiri headed home but unexpectedly encountered a classmate who had confessed his love to her before. To prove his love, he attempted to stop a passing car, but the vehicle couldn't brake in time and crashed into him, pulling him into its wheels in a grotesque spiral. The next day at school, people were shocked to see the chubby boy running out. But upon closer inspection, they realized it wasn't him, it was the bully who had tormented him. With no other choice, people locked both of them together only to witness the two snails kissing. Suddenly, the jealous long-haired girl attacked Kiri to reclaim attention. At that moment, Shuichi rushed in with scissors, cutting off her hair. As he attempted to cut Kiri's hair too, her curls wrapped around him, trapping him. The long-haired girl, satisfied, left Kiri lying on the ground. Fortunately, Shuichi survived and later cut Kiri's hair short. To prevent panic, she and Shuichi, though weakened, followed their trail into the mountains. There they saw their teacher handling snail eggs. Confused about how two male snails could mate, Kiri was told that snails are hermaphrodites. The teacher then crushed the eggs underfoot. Later, Kiri and Shuichi arrived at their meeting place, where they saw a panicked couple running toward them. The two had been discovered while trying to escape the town. While fleeing, they were cornered at the beach. Desperate not to be separated, they twisted their bodies together like intertwined snakes and swam into the sea. That night, a lighthouse that had been inactive for years suddenly lit up. The next day, people found themselves unable to walk in a straight line. At school, everyone discussed the lighthouse. Shockingly, their teacher had also turned into a snail person. After school, Kiri followed her younger brother to the beach, where the adults were discussing a shipwreck from the night before. One person recalled that the town hall had sent 5 experts to investigate the lighthouse, but none had returned. Kiri and her brother entered the lighthouse. As they climbed, she felt like she was walking in circles. Soon, the smell of something burning filled the air. She saw 5 charred corpses and 2 terrified children. The children revealed that Kiri's brother and another kid had gone further up. With no choice, Kiri continued climbing. Reaching the top, she saw that the lighthouse's lens had melted into a spiral shape. Realizing the truth, she understood that when the lighthouse was activated at night, its intense heat melted the glass and burned anyone inside. As they hurried down, the lighthouse lit up again. Kiri and her brother were also caught in the burning air but miraculously survived.